Christian pastors miss the first sign of the end time. How did so many Christians and their pastors miss Jehovah's first sign of the end time? Matthew 25, the parable of the 10 virgins, says they were all asleep. The first announcement, Isaiah 48, which is about the Babylonians. Listen to this. From the first announcement I have not spoken in secret. When it happened, I was there. Jehovah sent me. Jehovah who directs you in the way to go. If only you had paid attention. Your peace would have been like a river, your children without number. Leave Babylon. Flee from the Americans. Announce it with shouts of joy. Proclaim it. Send it out to the ends of the earth. The first sign, recorded in Jeremiah 50. Babylon's towers fall. The Lord sent a message, and all the people knew it. The leaders said with pride and arrogance of heart, the bricks have fallen down, but we will rebuild with dressed stone. But Jehovah has strengthened their enemies against them. But God's people did not return to him who struck them, nor did they seek him out. For all this, God's anger is not turned away. His hand is still upraised. I call this the Isaiah 9:11 prophecy. U.S. political leaders said, the bricks have fallen down, but we will rebuild with dressed stone. We will rebuild and we will recover. This is, of course, a quote from Isaiah 9:11. U.S. religious leaders prayed, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves, pray, and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sin, and I will heal their land. Christians did not change from their wicked ways. They got even worse. They stopped talking about the second coming and the time of the end. This is Revelation 6, first seal, Iran war. I watched as Christ opened the first of the 7 seals. Then I heard one of the 4 living creatures say, come. There was a white horse. Its rider held a bow. He was given a crown, and he rode out as a conqueror, bent on conquest. In the war on terror. I watched as Christ opened the first of the 7 seals, and there before me was a white horse, American military. Its rider, their leader, George W. Bush, held a bow, was given a crown, and he rode out as a conqueror, bent on conquest in the war on terror. A horse and rider is a national army and their leader. Habakkuk recorded the war on terror this way. Look at the nations and be utterly amazed, for I am going to do something in your days you would not believe, even if you were told. I am raising up the Americans, that ruthless and impetuous people who sweep across the whole earth to seize dwellings not their own. They are a law unto themselves. Their army is swifter than leopards. They come from afar and fly like an eagle, swooping to devour. They advance like a desert storm and gather prisoners like sand. From Habakkuk 1, you Yehovah have appointed them to execute judgment, ordained them to punish. You cannot tolerate wrongdoing. You have made people like fish of the sea that have no ruler. The wicked pulls up and catches them in their net, and gathers them and rejoices and is glad. They burn incense to their net, and by their net they live in luxury and enjoy the choicest of food. Are they to keep on destroying nations without mercy? This is about the United States. Yehovah provided end-time prophecies. The first seal of Revelation and Jeremiah, Isaiah, and Habakkuk is all about Babylon the Great, or the end-time Babylonians. God says, surely the sovereign Yehovah does nothing without revealing his plan to his servants, the prophets. The prophets have spoken. But I was asleep and not keeping watch. I didn't know what God's word said about the end time. I failed to alert the flock at the proper time. I went along with the ever-popular pre-trib rapture myth, and I ignored the scriptural truth for the sake of our religious traditions and my popularity. Yet, for all this, Yehovah's anger is not turned away. His hand is still upraised. It will come down with the second seal prophecy of Revelation 6. When the Revelation 6 Iran war happens and Christians wake up to the end time, what must they do?